Hey everyone, my name is Rue and we are here. This is going to be week 10 of our PGBL matches. This is going to be the second to final week of our PGBL matches. It's been a pretty rough season, but I think we can come out of the end of this season with a respectable record. We can kind of come out reasonably respectable. We will be up against the number 1 seed, Vizually, and the season 2 champion, and he only has been defeated once in this entire season. It's going to be a really tough matchup. I kind of like my team against his. Okay, we'll see. I'm going to take a screenshot now. But we will see the Heatran, Gliscor, Decidueye, Alamamola, Gallade, and Hydreigon. Okay, so what does that mean? That means no Rhyperior. Honestly, I was really worried about like a Rock Policy, Weakness Policy Rhyperior. No Swellow, which is huge, and no Rotom Wash, which is also huge. No Webs coming from the Slurpuff, which is really interesting as well. But let's see. As far as leads go, this is actually really tough. Okay. I kind of want to lead off with the Shaman here, but realistically that's a no-go. Possibly Tapu Fini, but that also seems not a thing. I'm kind of just thinking Lopunny here. Yeah, I'm gonna lead Lopunny here. I have no idea how that's gonna go. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'm realizing right now that I forgot to fill up my Lopunny with Hondu Berries, but this battle's been delayed way too long. Vizually's been really patient with me, so I would feel bad if I had to back out like I did against Josh just to feed like 20 Hondu Berries into this Lopunny, so we're going to deal with it. I think we're going to match up okay, fine. Realistically, I'm not going to be clicking return. It's going to force me into clicking high jump kick a few more times than maybe I normally would, but realistically, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be okay. And ironically, this is a moment where I would really like to have return, but regardless, I'm just going to click fake out. Oh wait, no, I don't have fake out. I have return, high jump kick, ice punch, and substitute. So this is pretty not great in all honesty. So let's see how I would match up against a Gallade. Oh, and this thing is probably inner focus as well. It's probably inner focus as well. Okay. Specifically for this reason. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Return would have been a 2-hit KO. High jump kick is barely missing out on a 2-hit KO. But I think I have to click it anyway. I feel like he probably goes for Swords Dance in this situation, expecting me to go for the fake out, assuming that I'm gonna forget about inner focus and he gets a free Swords Dance up. He could just Psycho Cut into me, which would be not ideal, but I think more likely than not he goes for Swords Dance in the situation. That's my thinking. There's the high jump kick. Maybe he thinks that I overpredicted. I don't know. But we do just around half. Goes for the close combat. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 there. I do have the Zygarde to give me the free outspeed against it. It's going to bait in the Decidueye, but I can crunch against that if I really wanted to. It does also allow me to bring in my Metagross. I could get rocks up with my Metagross really quickly. Other than that, nothing else really outspeeds. Except, yeah. I don't really have to I don't have to worry about outspeeding my team too much. But yeah, no, that was a pretty bad turn 1. I really did think that he would Swords Dance, but I think we'll be fine. Part of me just wants to go out into the Tapu Fini here. It gives me Moonblast into, realistically, the Decidueye comes in. I can go into Feeny here. The play would have to be to go into Vizually, probably. And against a Vizually, I could Ice Beam expecting a Vizually. Or I could double switch into my Shaman. I could also double switch into my Shaman. Oh, if anything, I could double switch into Muck as well. Muck would probably be the better double switch. Moonblast does respectable damage to a Vizually, but I think the better play would be to double into the Muck here. I did kind of get shook by not having Max Happiness on my low pony, but it is what it is. Realistically, this match doesn't have a whole lot of consequences. I do want to play this out as much as I can, but it's not like this is going to be a make or break match for either of us. Okay, so he's going to expect a knockoff. I don't know what he would go into, but this would be an interesting opportunity to power up punch, possibly. Muck has a decent matchup against his whole entire team, in all honesty, and I kind of honestly do want to power punch, but realistically, I just click knockoff here. I just click knockoff. He does go for U-turn. I feel like I'm gonna regret not going for power up punch. He could go into the Heatran now, which I guess would be fine. More likely goes into the Gliscor. I do have the Ice Punch with the Gliscor, and I am decently physically defensive, as well as Assault Vested, but it does go into this thing, which is interesting. We'll be able to knock off, I assume, with Scarf. No, it's Z move. Okay, possibly Ground DMZ, which is interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I don't want to give this thing up because it's like I said, it does match up really well against his team. I kind of just want to go into, it could be Z Belch, which would be unfortunate, but either way, I think that the Feeny is the best play, even just to bait out the Z Belch. I think it's the play every time. It does go for the Earth Power. So yeah, I can't really imagine this thing not being Z Belch, in all honesty. It's either going to be Z Belch or it's going to switch out right now. In either case, I think the play would be to go into the Metagross here. Does withdraw. Doesn't even U-turn. Well, yeah, so probably, maybe it doesn't have U-turn. It is Z move. It's not Scarfed or anything. I will be able to go out into this thing. And I was looking away, so if it did have an air balloon, then I didn't see it. And honestly, I probably don't take it out with Earthquake either way. What's this thing called? Heatran. Up against my Metagross. Earthquake. Okay, Earthquake should take you out. Hypothetically. It would be a switch in Earthquake. I mean, realistically, it's a Vizually, I guess. He has to assume that I have Earthquake, right? I feel like I just click at Earthquake anyway. But getting rocks up in the situation could be also pretty helpful. I'm gonna click Stealth Rock. It could be a mistake. Just goes for the Flamethrower. Interesting. And, okay, so this thing is also decently offensive because my Metagross has enough speed to outspeed not speed invested Heatran. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back into Tapu Fini now. Is there anything else? I guess this Metagross doesn't really do anything for me anymore. It was made to kind of take a hit and potentially toxic a Rotom Wash. It was made to potentially take a hit in Earthquake Heatran, but I didn't, which is probably my bad. I can still get 6-0'd now because of that, so I probably should have taken the opportunity to not get 6-0'd. What else? I guess I can potentially Toxic and wall the Alomola. Let's go for the Flash Cannon. It expected me to switch out, so definitely could have stayed in and gone for that Earthquake. I really want to assume that the Decidueye is coming in. If I assume that, then I click Moonblast, I suppose. He did see me predict that last time. Well, no, last time I double switched. Interesting, interesting. I really want to click Moonblast here. I'm gonna click Surf. It does withdraw. Do we see the Decidueye? Did I make? Yeah. No. Wait, no. Is it? Yeah, okay, that's the Decidueye. So yeah, that was not ideal. He could stay in and Roost, which would be a play. What would that mean for me? Do we see an item on this thing? No, not yet. I feel like he would predict me to switch here in this situation. He would either Roost or expect me to go into Metagross, potentially. He could Spirit Shackle me instead of Leaf Blading me. I mean, if anything, he would have to also respect the potential Alolan Muck as well. Huh. That makes me want to Moonblast into this thing even more. Or Ice Beam. I should Ice Beam into this thing. I'm going to Ice Beam into this thing. If this thing Leaf Blades me, then it Leaf Blades me. We do outspeed it. So it's a fully defensive Decidueye. Or at least it should be. I guess we can... Oh, I always forget this, but whatever. Decidueye... But yeah, this thing has no speed investment at all. And against my Feeny, that was about 30-ish% that it did. So it should be, yeah, it should be max special defense, actually. Yeah. So that's going to hurt the calcs up against my Shaman. My Shaman is Z Air Slash. To try and 1v1 this thing. Does go into this thing. I think he's trying to bait me into over-predicting here. Unless Z-Belch really does just destroy me from here. Let me think. What's this thing called? Hydreigon. Hydreigon. Hydreigon, yeah, with Z-Belch, pretty much destroys my Feeny. Huh. I really do want to call that and go into Metagross here. I mean, like I said, Metagross isn't going to be that useful in the longer run anyway. I really do think that he's going to go... No, doubles, wow. Wow. To send out this thing. Oh, so he baited me. He baited me into the Metagross play. So did he know that I knew that it was Z-Belch? Because if he did, and knew that I would switch into this expecting the Z-Belch, and that's wild. That's wild. I don't even know what to say. That's wild. Okay, so from here, what am I thinking here? This thing can just flamethrower me. He could expect me to switch in something else. I could aggressively switch in the Zygarde here. But he flash cannoned me last time. And I feel like I can eat a flash cannon if he predicts again. This is an actually difficult decision. What's this thing called? Heatran. I'm literally forgetting everything right now. I'm not in the best headspace to be battling right now, but you know what? It's fine. We'll be fine. Flash cannon. We can probably, yeah, we can take one with Metagross. Okay. I really think that he doesn't flamethrower here. No, I think he flamethrowers here. I changed my mind. I think he flamethrowers here. I think he flamethrowers here. And I feel really dumb, actually. I did not put Crunch onto my dang Zygarde. I didn't put Crunch onto my dang Zygarde. Goes for Earth Power. Interesting. We take that regardless. So that does invite in the Decidueye, right? And we already know that the Decidueye is max special defense. Does that present any type of opening here? Against Zygarde. Oh, Thousand Arrows is a 2-hit KO against Decidueye. That's a 2-hit KO against Decidueye. Does he have any other switch-ins? Possibly Gliscor, but if Gliscor comes in, then I switch back out. I have to click Thousand Arrows here. Does withdraw. Do we see the Decidueye? No. Gliscor? Yeah, okay. We'll see how much damage you can do to a Gliscor. Oh, that is a lot of damage. But it might be out of range. Oh no, it doesn't get Toxic Heal on the first turn. It could have Protect. Could have Protect. If it protects, then it protects. But we just click Thousand Arrows here. So that means nothing outspeeds my Zygarde, except for the potential... I'm expecting Alomomola. No? Yeah, wait, no, is it? Okay, yeah, Alomomola. I am really curious to see the damage onto this Alomomola, but, okay, that is very, very good damage. Okay. So Bandit Zygarde is a threat right now. I really just want to... No, because he's going to Ice Beam, so I shouldn't go into Shaman. If anything, he could Toxic me. I want to go into Metagross. I want to go into Metagross here. And, okay, in all honesty, what I really, really want to do is Earthquake into this Alomomola, expecting the goes for the knockoff. That's fine. That's fine, because without the band, then Gliscor takes another hit and potentially does some other stuff. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. I could Toxic here. Toxic would be relatively free, but I could expect the Heatran to come in and Earthquake into this thing, which I really desperately want to do right now. I think I will do that. I really want to do that. It could invite in the Decidueye as well. If it invites in the Decidueye, then Toxic's the right play. Toxic is the right play against everything except the Heatran. And the Gliscor, I guess. But in that case, then I don't have a right play because Earthquake destroys me anyway, so... because Earthquake is a bad play anyway, so... Toxic is a good play against everything except the Heatran. So how much do I expect the Heatran to come in? I feel like the Heatran comes in, though. I feel like the Heatran has to come in, though. Although he does know that Alomomola pretty much walls me. He could just try to finish me off with a Scald right now. What's Alomola's speed? Isn't it like 65? Is that right? Yeah, it is. Okay, fair enough. I don't think he wants to risk taking damage onto this thing. I'm gonna Earthquake. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Does withdraw. Do we see it? No. Fuck. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. That was his play. Now he gets a free Roost off. He also gets a free sub, which is super unfortunate. So I probably have to Meteor Mash into this thing just to prevent him from subbing up. Because if he takes me out, he takes me out. But what I can't let him do is either, you know, get a sub up or switch out and let him get a Toxic. Let me give him that free substitute is what I should say. Jesus Christ. I am really freaking out of it right now. It is... Yeah, it just goes for the roost. Okay, fair enough. So it's going to take more effort for me to take this thing out with Zygarde, but the fact that I know how to get this thing in range with my Zygarde will help me out in the longer run, and that Meteor Mash still does a respectable amount of damage. Not great. You know what? Maybe respectable is too generous. I don't know. Regardless, this thing has to take me out. I'm not going to let this thing get a sub. Now he knows that he's not going to be able to get a sub up because Meteor Mash does as much damage as it does. So yeah, just take me out. It's totally fine. Yeah, no, realistically, Gliscor was his play. If I clicked Meteor Mash, that would have been a god tier play. But I didn't. So what can I do against this thing now? I can potentially go out into the Feeny, which would bait in... He would expect me to click Ice Beam in that situation. I've already revealed Ice Beam, so he would expect the Ice Beam. Which would give me a free Moonblast onto the Alamomola coming in. The Decidueye I'm not worried about because I can Ice Beam that. Because I outspeed it and Ice Beam that. Hydreigon's never switch in. I would only have to be concerned about the Heatran, but I can surf the Heatran. I Moonblast. Alamomola comes in 100%. It has to. It goes for the U-turn. Show me the Alamomola, man. We have to see the Alamomola. I don't understand any other play. Maybe Heatran, but I don't know. Zygarde is a legitimate win con if we do see the Alamomola. So Zygarde is a legitimate win con if the Gliscor can get whittled down just a little bit more. Well, a lot more, let's be real. But ooh, that's a crit. Oof. Okay, so could potentially be inviting in the Heatran, which is a fine grand scheme of things. Yeah, I think I just click Moonblast. If the Heatran comes in, then the Heatran comes in. I hold my ground and I go for the U-turn. I go for the surf in that situation. Regardless, man, maybe I should have gone more offensive with my Feeny. I really could have gone like Scarch Feeny, Specs Feeny. No, Specs Feeny wouldn't be that great because he could always just switch in his Heatran. This is the right build. I should have predicted that and gone for the surf. But this is still going to do respectable damage, and I'm still going to be able to take hits from this Heatran. And you know what? I think he predicts my Zygarde to come in. I think well, no, because either way his play would be to click like Flash Cannon, so it doesn't really matter what he predicts in the situation. And I very, very unfortunately do not have hidden power ground on my Shaman, which is pretty bad. Goes for the double. Did he expect me? He could have expected me to aggressively switch into Zygarde there. Which, if so, that's fair enough. That's totally fair enough. He could... Oh, he could be waiting out my Misty Terrain in order to Toxic me. I mixed trying to say Misty Surge and Misty Terrain, so I said Misty Serene, so whatever. It's fine. We're out here. Like I said, we're just trying to get through this match respectively. We're just going for respectable. I have to think this through. I should probably be a little bit more aggressive with my Alolan Muck. And my Shaman also has openings. I really need to take down that Hydreigon for my Shaman to really start going in here. My Shaman set was not the best. It's not the best for this particular team that he has here. Oh, my Shaman does have Earth Power. My Shaman can take on the Heatran. I completely forgot about that. But it's a fast Heatran. I do have to remember that it's a fast Heatran. So I don't remember if I necessarily outspeed... Wait, I might outspeed it. Interesting. Brings in the Gliscor. Is he just trying to like knock me off here? I don't know what this means. Is he trying to bait out... Is he trying to bait out another Surf so you can go back into... So you can go back into Alomomola? He's trying to get his Alomomola back up to full. Is that the situation here? But I'm also getting back up to full. Well, not anymore. But this Gliscor is going to go down. I'm not going to get 6-0'd. Unless it's Yashi, but no, we've already seen Octocorp. It's fine. I'm not going to get 6-0'd. In fact, I'm going to write him. Hey, not 6-0'd. Okay, now he could have been trying to wait out my terrain just to try to Toxic me. If he does bring in the Alomomola right now, then that would signal to me to bring in the Muck 100%. I could also bring in the Shaman. I do have Natural Cure. I forgot about Natural Cure against my match against Sparrows, which is why I just like let it go down to Toxic. I mean, realistically, I was trying to lend offensive pressure to the... This is Z-Belch 100%. Z-Belch isn't a question right now. What was I talking about? Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there it is. I completely forgot about Natural Cure against Sparrows. And realistically, I was trying to lend offensive pressure to the Cresselia, but I feel dumb for not like recognizing that. Either way, we are Assault Vest, so we are going to take the Z-Belch. I guess okay. It's Assault Vest resisted. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I really needed to see right now. I'm going to click Power Punch. I'm going to stop being a dang puss with this fucking... that's too much damage. And the special defense drop. Well, we made an attempt with Power Punch. But even if I did have Shadow Sneak, it wouldn't be enough. We do get the Poison Touch, though. Okay, that's interesting. Now, okay, his Earth Power would give me the freest of switches into the Shaman here. However, I do not outspeed this Hydreigon. This is definitely not a max speed Shaman. It's a okay defensive Shaman. If he does bring in... what would he do against Shaman? He might just let this thing stay in and get KO'd against Shaman. But you know what? No, the real play... Nope. No. Almost did the wrong thing, but no. The play would have to be to go into my Feeny here. And try to wall this thing out for a few turns. I'm not trying to just go for the Draco. Wow, just dropping a Draco. That's kind of wild. Okay. Maybe, yeah, he probably did expect me to bring in the Shaman, which was my first instinct. If I did go with my first instinct, I would have gotten a Draco dropped on me. Shaman in the back is going to be pretty darn huge for me. So let's see. Let's see. There's no real drawback in just clicking Surf right now. Yeah, there's no drawback in clicking Surf. Doesn't try to preserve, it just clicks Earth Power. And we do take 2 down. That is a 4-0. We are currently at a 4-0. But yeah, my Shaman is in very, very decent position to start putting in work. We are 30 minutes into this battle. It does not feel like 30 minutes, dude. I've just been clicking buttons half this time. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just trying to hold it together. I'm trying not to freak out, but you know what? It's fine. We're totally fine. I really wish I'd gotten more damage onto that Glade. It does bring in the Glade right now. We are decently defensive to take on the Glade. Okay, so let's see. This Glade, we have to make sure that we can take a poison jab. We probably don't take a poison jab, but poison jab would allow me to bring in Zygarde for free. Excuse me. Okay, the standard set is Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Knockoff, and Swords Dance. Although he has to have Poison Jab, and he probably has to have Shadow Sneak. Oh, wait. Bandit Extreme Speed probably takes him out. Shadow Sneak. So maybe he doesn't have Shadow Sneak because realistically it would only be for the Zygarde, and the Zygarde has potential Extreme Speed. But I do have to make note of it anyway. So let's see. Poison Jab does a lot to Shaman. Close Combat does more to Shaman, which is interesting. But let's see. We're trying to look at Tapu Fini here. Oh, we might have a chance to take an Adamant. Oh no, this is a Jolly Poison Jab. I don't know. Would he bring Jolly over Adamant? Okay, so we have a decent chance to take a Jolly Poison Jab. Let's take the risk. We have to know whether this thing's Jolly or Adamant. Nope, okay. Probably Adamant. Yeah, I don't think I have anything around that 100. Well, maybe it does outspeed Infernape if he'd be Jolly. So maybe it came down to a roll. Maybe, okay. That's fair. Maybe he was just giving up the Infernape matchup to me. I don't know. Regardless, I'm gonna test out Bandit Extreme Speed, but regardless, I have to hope right now that Extreme Speed takes you out. Extreme Speed is 41 to 49. So looks like a roll, but if he's Jolly, he already got a roll. So let's hope for a roll. I don't know, man. If he does go for Shadow Sneak does a decent amount of damage, but then his... Oh, but then Decidueye has Shadow Sneak as well. So yeah, then Decidueye becomes his win con, but I do have Shaman for the Decidueye. That's what it comes down to. However, this puts Shaman in a position where Shaman can take on his entire team. Yeah, Shaman takes on the Alomola, definitely the Decidueye, definitely the Heatran, definitely... I just have to deal with the Glade. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm gonna 1,000 Arrows. If he goes for Shadow Sneak, he goes for Shadow Sneak, but I think he thinks that the Decidueye might win him for me, but the Shaman might beat the Decidueye and might be my answer to winning this. Shaman and Zygarde are very potential win cons for me right now, but they might have to work together, and as long as Muck can be like a glue that'll let me go between the two, then I think I might actually be able to win this match. We're already hella time into this match. Goes into the Decidueye. Can Sucker Punch me with the Decidueye. I think he went into this expecting me to Extreme Speed. Oh yeah, the play had to be the 1,000 Arrows. Specifically for this reason, I could not let myself Extreme Speed into a Decidueye switch in. I knew that this had to happen, so that actually frees up my Shaman to do a lot of work in the end game here. That actually frees up my Shaman a whole lot for this end game. My Shaman might end up being my win con, because now Shaman is free to really handle the Alomola. It can take a hit from the Glade, and it can OHKO the Heatran. Now also, I forgot to check this earlier, but I believe I gave my why do I keep forgetting everything's name? I believe I gave my Shaman enough speed for a max speed Heatran. Is that right? Did I actually do that? A max speed Heatran. A max speed Heatran hits 141. No, I don't think I did. I think I did for a max speed Decidueye, but not Heatran. Yeah, I did max speed Decidueye, but not Heatran. Okay, fair enough. That's like 10 points I didn't give it. Fair enough. Joke's on me. It could be a modest Heatran. I don't know, man. Could be a modest max speed Heatran. Who knows? Hopefully I don't have to test that out. But, let's see. Let's think. I think he expects me to go into Shaman here. I think the play is to go into Muck. If I get a knockoff off with Muck... then... Oh, goes for the Wish. That's pretty huge. Muck up against Gallade. Gunk Shot does 50%. So if he does try to switch in the Gallade here, if I land the Gunk Shot, I do OHKO a Gallade. A non-bulk infested Gallade. I literally have to. Okay, just goes for the Scald. Okay, interesting. Trying to burn me. Please don't burn me. I don't get burned. I get the Gunk Shot off. We probably don't take this out, but it's fine. Please get the poison. A poison would be really freaking wonderful. Don't get the poison. I do kind of want to go for the Power Punch now. Oh wait, did I already knock this thing off? I think I did. I'm pretty positive I did. I'm pretty positive I already knocked this thing off. Although, let me think this through. Okay. See, I feel like I'm in a position where I think he expects me to bring in Shaman at some point here. If he makes the aggressive switch into Glade, then I'm pretty done. Also, can we talk about how Gunk Shot has 30% chance to poison and Poison Touch has 30% chance to poison? I didn't get on either. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna click Power Punch. Does go for the Wish. That's gonna put me in a slightly better position against the Gallade matchup. Did we get the Poison Touch? Can we see a Poison Touch here? Yes, okay. That's pretty darn huge. Okay, so had to be on the third try, but I did get it on the third 30%. That's actually pretty huge. So now I'm at +1. And now Knockoff actually would take out a Gallade on a switch in. Now Knockoff takes out Gallade on a switch in. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do now. I actually kind of like my position to win right now. Heatran's going to be a huge problem for me in this endgame, but this is really interesting. We're already close to 40 minutes into this match. Man, this is a wild one. It's a wild one. And I also don't have a great Alomomola matchup in general. How do you spell? Oh, it's A-L-O? Alomomola. Does withdraw. We see the Heatran. Okay, we finally get to see what dang item this thing is. And that is a lot of damage. That was a Shucka Berry. Okay, so this thing takes us out, but it lets us go into Zygarde for free, which then does huge damage to the rest of his team. I'm gonna click Power Punch for the lulls. Goes for Stealth Rock. That's an interesting play. That's a super interesting play. Yeah, okay. Keeping this thing at a decent amount of HP is going to be... It doesn't help me at all, actually. But... Goes for the Flash Cannon. Man, if we could only take this. If we could actually take this, that would be pretty nuts. But no. Okay, so this thing's Shuckleberry, but we know it's decently fast. Is it Modest, though? If it's Modest, then Shaman wins. Okay. Alomomola. This thing's... Alomomola was probably max defense. Or no, maybe it wasn't. Up against Zygarde. Huh. I don't even know. I don't know anymore. Although I can't be too unthinking with my switches in and out because of the Stealth Rock now. But I do have the freest of 1,000 arrows right now. Unfortunately, this thing being at such high health does prevent extreme speed. If that wish never happened, then it does withdraw. Okay. After Poison and Stealth Rock, this is a 2-hit KO. Yeah, after Poison and Stealth Rock, that's a definite 2-hit KO. From full, mind you, that is kind of wild. But, that honestly might be it. That honestly might... He can't make any more switches. I think we might have won this one on that switch. If he had sacked off the Glade, then well, no, he can't sack off the Glade. He would have to have sacked off that Heatran, then he gets to switch into Alomomola, then he takes the 1,000 arrows, Ice Beams me, or Ice Beams the switching in, Shaman. Shaman actually never has to hit the field, if this actually ends up winning this for me. If he has to Protect, he has to go for... No, he can't go for Protect because of the Poison. That Poison might have won me the game, I think, maybe. Potentially. I think this switch might have just lost him the game. I don't know what he does from here. So, if he lets me take this thing down... Okay, if he lets me take this thing down, then 1,000 arrows against Heatran, 1,000 arrows against Glade. He has to Shadow Sneak me, and then Shadow Sneak has to crit. If he goes into Heatran, then this thing gets Regenerator. Oh yeah, that's the play. The play sack off Heatran. Then this thing gets Regenerator. He switches this thing back in. But then I bring in Shaman. Shaman Seed Flare. Then he has to bank on a Seed Flare miss, which is totally possible. If Seed Flare misses... If Seed Flare... Yeah, this is the play. This is 100% the play. Because now he can bring his Alomomola back in. He can bring his Alomomola back in. And he takes 1,000 arrows. I have to bring in Shaman. Shaman clicks Seed... Well, no, at that point I would click, like, Earth Power. In all honesty, I would definitely click Earth Power. Yeah, this is his one way to beat me right now. But, actually, he might not take 1,000 arrows plus toxic damage, or poison damage. If that's the case, then I bring in Shaman. He can't Oko Shaman. I go for Air Slash. I potentially win the game. If he has Protect... Oh, no, again, he can't Protect. He would if he has Protect on Glade, then he would go Protect on Glade. I go for Z Air Slash anyway. Oh, he took that really well. Scald. Oh, he's fishing for the burn. Doesn't get the burn. But now I'm in range of Shadow Sneak, but that doesn't matter. Shadow Sneak doesn't matter because my Shaman's going to be the one to 1v1 this Gallade no matter what. This is stressful. I'm stressed. That was one way to win. Although he probably doesn't have Ice Beam, or else he probably would have just taken him out with Ice Beam. Now he Shadow Sneaks me, and he takes out my Zygarde, and it's a matter of 1v1ing against my Shaman. And for the record, I have Z Air Slash to attempt to 1v1 the Decidueye. But now it's a matter of... That's also why I set up the Rocks, because now Rocks plus... Oh, I don't know if Adamant Poison Jab takes me out after Rocks. If that's the case... Hats, 100% hats off to him. Oh, okay, we are back, and this is going to be a 1v1 situation. We agreed that he would have brought in his Gallade, he would have gone for Shadow Sneak, and I did the calcs. Max attack, Jolly, Shadow Sneak does 36 HP minimum, and I was at 33 HP on my Zygarde, so there was no chance of me taking that, which means it would have taken me out. And so it goes down to his Gallade at about 45-ish% against my Shaman, which would be at about which would have taken a round of Rocks. So we agreed if I bring him below 50-ish%, I win, and if he brings me below 24 HP, which I believe is 87.5% of my HP, then I win, or then he wins. Sorry. So there's really no button to click. I feel like I know he's gonna go for close combat. He's gonna try for the close combat crit. We theoretically should be able to take that, and the only play that I have is to go for Z Air Slash, that Supersonic Sky Strike. I believe in this situation close combat does more. I did have to at least give him the chance for a crit. He could definitely crit me and bring me below that amount of HP, so let's see. We take that just barely enough. So 55 minus 24, that would have left me at 31 HP. It would have been pretty darn dicey. So theoretically I could have taken 2 rounds of Stealth Rock damage, but we will go for the Z Air Slash, and I believe that's going to be the end of the match. That in general was a pretty wild match to play. I did the best that I could, man. Oh, and we get the Oko. Didn't expect just a straight up Oko, but that's going to be the match. Like I said, I really hope that he doesn't feel like I just brought him on here just to like beat him again. But I did want to give him a chance for that crit on that final turn, because we're talking in Discord DMs that if that Gallade crit, then he absolutely won this match. So I did want to see if that would happen. I knew that I probably had him with that Z Air Slash, and I knew he probably couldn't KO me with anything. But I did just have to see whatever would happen. If he was adamant, it probably could have taken me out. So I also wasn't sure about that until we were talking in DMs. But regardless, we do end up taking this match. And next week, we do not take on the Dawn Fanatic and the Norwich Skid. You will be taking on his replacement, the Jersey Shadow Link. And that's going to be a really fun one. Hopefully, we can end off this season as strongly as we possibly can. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back really, really soon with more weeks of the SBN, the UBL, the PGBL, the MPL, whole lot of stuff. But once again, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be once again out.